Hi, it's Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How is everybody? My readings have been a bit few and far between for YouTube of late, which is I do like to keep updated and share the energy with anyone who's interested. And the last few months have been really hectic between the eclipse windows and Mercury retrograde and just how disruptive that all is. Like, my Mercury retrograde was a shocker. I smashed my phone, my really lovely phone, and a few other things, mishaps along the way that were connected to Mercury retrograde energy. It was really disruptive. Um, and it was kind of like a very personal energy, like where people were walking around in their own little bubbles of pain, and you had to be careful whose little landmines you were stepping on along the way. But thankfully, that energy is now starting to calm down, and the sun's moved into Taurus. The retrograde's over. We're past the shadow there. We've got Venus in Taurus. We've got, we're about to have the new moon in Taurus. And Taurus is such a grounded energy. It brings us all back down to ground. And it does actually ask us to reevaluate what our personal goals are, recommit to the things that are important to us, particularly around home and money. Home and hearth, I kind of want to say that is like that idea of bringing us back to the things that we value. And that Venus in Taurus energy really values the here and the now, and it's also the world of the five senses. So it might be that your hearing and your sight and your taste, your sense of touch, all of it just seems more alive. Everything becomes more tangible and more physical. So let's have a look at how that plays out for the Twin Flame Collective. We'll look at the feminine energy, the masculine energy. We'll get a bit of a message from the masculine, and then look at some divine love oracle. But this channel, for anyone who's joining us new, we do focus on higher consciousness ideals as much as we can versus the leaning into what is your twin flame doing right now. We're looking at how they're growing, how they're moving, how they're ascending. So whether you're in union or whether you're in separation, whether you're finding out twin flames for the first time, what we're looking at here at this channel is how the energy is pushing against the collective and how we're likely to be feeling, what we're likely to be experiencing. All right, let's have a look. Divine Feminine, what have we got for you? First up, we've got the Two of Pentacles as the push from the universe, how we're showing up. We've got the Hierophant in the soul space. We've got the King of Wands. We've got the King of Pentacles goes into the challenge position. We've got the advice from Spirit as the Devil. Interesting. And the likely outcome as the Hangman. Let's have a look at what's at the bottom of the deck. Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Look how grounded, home and hearth, right? Five of Cups, Ten of Cups, Two of Swords. It's an interesting energy. Let's look at this from the baseline. Two of Swords is oftentimes, I talk about it being like a devil and an angel on your shoulder, where you feel like you've got opposing opinions coming at you, and you really need to lean in on your own home truths, right? And for twin flames, this could be an ideal of asking these questions. Am I on this journey? What's it all about? Look, could you have any more opposing ideals with the Ten of Cups and the Five of Cups? You got the Two of Swords going, I've got two different ideas playing out. I need to learn how to trust my gut. And on my twin flame journey, does it make me happy or does it make me miserable, right? Because my gut is this energy has played back and forth for you over the past month or so, right? It certainly has for me. Is I have moments of absolute elation and then moments of absolute despair, and it doesn't change whether you're in separation or whether you're in union. This energy comes at us all, and it will be for different reasons. So our Five of Cups energy, when you look at it, it is a very, it is a sad energy. It has a feeling of hopelessness. And look, if you look really closely, you see the Two of Cups between these two. See, like between him sitting up here looking this direction and back turned to the connection, she's got her head in her hands, crying, feeling depressed in the front there, and in between them two is the love that they feel for each other, right? So at times it can be not knowing what to do with all the love that you feel and all of the emotions that you feel, and that sometimes it's hard to feel like it's these are unions, they're not normal everyday relationships, they don't take the cookie cutter mold, and at times that can be it can be a little disheartening not to see the traditional facets of relationship play out. But this is nobody else's business but you and your twin, right? It's like how your relationship shows up really is, the world can tell you whatever it needs to tell you about it, what it thinks about your relationship, but you know how your twin makes you feel. You know how your relationship moves you forward. And sometimes you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, just like in absolute despair, and you go, where is the love? Where is it gone? All of these things that I feel for my twin is like, why does it always put me in such despair? And then you have moments of absolute elation where you know that the happy outcomes are there. It makes you feel so high, so elated to imagine the love that sits between you two. And the question can sometimes be, why can't it just fit into a cookie cutter mold of what a quote unquote normal relationship would look like? Why does it got to have all of these processes of ascension attached to it? Why is it got to have so much healing, so much growth? Because that is the point of a twin flame relationship. It's meant to evolve you, and the relationship is the icing on the cake, or the traditional cookie cutter version of relationship is the icing of the cake. But the times that you end up in hurt and despair are the times that this relationship is teaching you another lesson about yourself. And the more that you move into that walk closer with the divine, you let the phase of the relationship or the challenges of the relationship teach you another lesson. That's the whole point of the connection, and this joy and heaven on earth that it brings when it brings it is the icing on the cake. Now, I was talking about how this Taurus energy was coming in home and hearth, and that's what I see as this underpinning energy here. Look, Three of Pentacles, if you've seen my readings before, I see the Three of Pentacles as a big twin flame card, and I've drawn this one specifically. If forgive me if I'm explaining it again and you've seen it before, but how I've drawn this card is that there's a 5D version that walks with the divine of, if you look really carefully, there's a couple in there that walks with the divine, the masculine and the feminine, and then here we have them down on earth on mission, and you've got the divine masculine, divine feminine, and grounding the energy down here on the earth plane. Being a twin flame is mission oriented. Your job is to ground this energy down here on the earth plane and let it affect other people. You're meant to learn and grow, and the divine is meant to lead it. So if you're not pushing towards Christ conscious ideals, and when we say Christ conscious ideals, we need to really understand what that means, right? Because Jesus Christ was the example, and he gave us a method with which to live our lives. Now, Christ means the anointed one. Conscious means you're very hyper aware of that, right? So to get into Christ conscious energy. Now, if we talk about my definition of consciousness is where spirit meets dense matter, and then you have life, you have awareness, you have process, you have purpose, right? So if we go where Christ conscious, Christ is anointed. Jesus Christ was the ultimate example of how we're meant to live our lives with open, loving, generous, kind energy. Like he was the ultimate example of that. So the anointed ones living at the highest version of themselves where spirit meets dense matter. Now, twin flames in particular have a version of this story that elevates them through their meeting each other and through their heartbreaks and their struggles and their frustrations. How we get to the highest version of walking with the divine is understanding those anointed values. So is like I repeat it again, I'm not aligned with any church, but the Bible is such a great reference tool for anyone on a spiritual higher consciousness journey, and it teaches a lot about twin flames. and why this energy is important. So it's a great resource if, and I say the fast track to union is knowledge, and that's somewhere where you can get knowledge about the journey. I also, there's mystic teachings looking back through, gosh, I can't even pull them to mind right now, but Yogananda's teachings, like I've always looked into that. I've looked into the Kabbalah. I've looked into, a bulk of different ways of where the energy manifests. And if you want to get on mission with your twin flame journey and bring your union into harmony like this, it's understanding what you're here for and getting on board with the practices and principles that bring you into alignment with that energy. Look at this, Ten of Pentacles. You've got Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles in this reading. Which is like, could you be any happier with the Four of Wands, right? Celebrating unions here. Like, this is a really wonderful time for twin flames to be living the higher version of themselves, whether they're together or not. But here we are. Look, we've got, let's keep that one in there, because again, there's our twin flame couple. There's our twin flame couple. There they are again, and there they are again. So we've got plenty of opportunities here to suggest that, twin flame energy is coming together, and it's on mission, and it's bringing 5D abundance down to the earth plane to bring more happiness and harmony, not just to twin flames, but to everyone they touch with their stories. The push from the universe, look at this, partnership. Straight out, Two of Pentacles can mean a bunch of different things, but when you've got all of this partnership playing out here, like, that's the only meaning I want to take from it. Is that you're working together. Other meanings you can take from this is juggling ideals, 5D and 3D. That's not what's hitting me in the face. The word that jumps out from me is partnership. It's really jumping at me that the universe wants us working together towards a higher goal. And how are we showing up? We understand it, right? The Hierophant is that energy of, either we've found mentors or we're becoming mentors, but it's an elevation into wisdom, right? So here we go. This partnership is elevating into wisdom, and we're moving. It can be represent another level of commitment too, which is very, very much represented in this energy here. Lots of divine couples either coming together with each other or coming together with the ideals of what the story is all about, because there's no guarantee that twin flames all end up together. There's not. It's the most likely outcome if you do your work, right? You do your work, you end up doing this journey together, and that's the ideal outcome. And it looks like the divine feminine community has really got these ideas under control, right? Either sitting in a higher level of wisdom, or either being mentored or mentoring other people, or moving to higher levels of commitment. But that Hierophant energy is an elevation of where we've been. In the soul space, the King of Wands, right? It's a passionate energy, the King of Wands. It's like we know what we want and we're willing to go after it. We're ready to make plans. I talk about when you're manifesting your twin flame union, the thought sends it out, but the feeling brings it back. So if you're not with your twin flame in partnership, if you're not in union, then there's something off in the frequency. Reality will be right 100% of the time, right? So it's not what we think about our twin flame, it's what our core feeling, what our core value is. And what we've got in the depth of this energy right now is the King of Wands. And it's this idea of the thought sends it out. So I really love my twin flame. I'd really love to bring them back. But the feeling that's now bringing them back is I have a lot of desire for you. And I'm, to me, it's like it's not chase that energy. It's going, I genuinely understand what I have to do to bring my union online. It's having a plan towards what harmony looks like. And it's bringing that energy into a place where it's fueled by desire, but it's not fueled by that desperate chaser energy. And we have to be careful, because I know I skipped the challenge there, but when we look at what the advice from spirit is, it's the devil. That's when we get into that chaser energy. That's when we get obsessive, right? So the advice from spirit is is careful that this desire for your twin flame doesn't tip you back into a chaser space, and that it just stays as an energy of I really want you, in my life, and I'm prepared to do the work I need to do on myself in order to bring this back into harmony. And it's funny how it's kind of, this energy has played out for us in kind of a weird way. Is like sometimes you think the other person just knows how you feel, right? We're so used to hearing these stories of energy being exchanged and twins know each other, they understand each other. But sometimes it has to be communicated in a really, really healthy way. We need to be able to, yes, we have this ability to connect energetically, but I feel like this energy really wants to ground, like our soul space, and the desire that we have for our twins wants a voice, not just a secret, silent, to be able to openly say, I love you and I miss you. And it comes from the deepest part of my heart. It's not a surface level desire because I think you're hot. It's like my soul loves your soul and I want to tell you how much I desire connection with you. That kind of feels like how that energy is bubbling over, just to be able to, your soul to say, I miss you and I love you and I want to be with you. Here's the challenge point, all right? King of Pentacles. So that energy is about bringing it down. Again, it's that home and hearth energy. Like the sun is in Taurus right now, and it's like a feeling of, when the sun's in Taurus, what we're talking about is patient, receptive, grounded energy. We value longevity. We value what's familiar. It's a very stable and persevering energy. And that's really reflected in the King of Pentacles. So what I'm picking up here is that Divine Feminine is getting this push again to really crave Divine Masculine energy. And it's the challenge is to ground it, feel it and ground it, but not tip into a chaser space. And the likely energy on this is the Hangman. So we might just have to be in a place where we really use the highest version of ourselves, use this energy to chase knowledge, use this energy to grow and move forward. And if you've got an opportunity to tell your twin flame counterpart that you miss them and you love them, like to me it feels like a time to be able to vocalize it. And I know the Hangman is the likely outcome, which puts you in a space of pause and respite. But where I'm getting this is to check your motives when you're feeling that desire and this willingness to move forward. If you're in a space where to reach out to your twin right now and say, I miss you and I love you, is going to cause you despair if you're not hearing that in return. Like if you can't offer this message to your person in a healthy way, then we have to figure out how do we move with this energy so that it lifts us to the next level of ascension. Like if it can't get an outward physical tangible voice, which is probably why this is in the challenge, then what we need to do is bring this energy back to ourselves and go, I understand that my desire for my twin is really, really high right now. And if I reach out, am I reaching out just to scratch an itch and to just test the waters? Or is this a moment in our relationship where where that person can actually receive it, right? And the Hangman says to take that moment to pause and go, how why am I sending these messages? What am I feeling and why am I sending the messages? And if it's the energy is safe and open to do so, look at all this support that comes in that says that they want twin flames together. I'm never one to promote chasing or obsessing about your twin. I'm always about go find knowledge and learn and grow. But this is kind of opening up to, one of the schools of thought here is going, I'm going to be really sad and I'm going to not acknowledge the fact that this energy exists. But if your instinct is saying, I just want to tell them, look, I just want to tell them that I love them. I just want to tell them that I miss them. I just feel like the energy window is more open than it has been for them to be receptive. That said, that said, be careful not to tip it into chaser space. Let's see what the divine masculine energy is on the other side of this. Because we want to see sort of what's the tipping point of this, because I don't want to push anyone into like unhealthy spaces where you send a message, I miss you and I love you, and you get silence down the line and you can't cope with that, or it pushes you into a depressive space or a challenged position. But if you and your twin are in a space where it's safe for you to send it, as in your twin's not blocking you, or they're not telling you don't you ever contact me again, or like if it's not an aggressive space and you can handle the outcome, if there's silence down the line, it feels like a safe space to say I miss you, I love you. Okay, let's have a look at the divine masculine energy and see what's happening. Right, so we've got 3 cups in the push from the universe. We've got the temperance card in how they're showing up. We've got the 6 of pentacles in the soul space. We've got the hermit in the challenge. We've got, the 5 of cups is the advice. Interesting. We've got the likely outcome as the fool. See, this is the energy that I'm picking up. This really, it's a leap of faith time, to be more aware of the emotion that's available, and the what's the word, the sentiment. The sentiment is I miss you and I love you. That's kind of what I want to, if I'm going to give this reading a title, it's going to be I miss you and I love you. The window is safe. Look at these energies coming through here. Wow. Okay, look at this. I kind of feel like this is a thing. And, Ricky and I have always been upfront about sharing our journey, to if we think it'll help someone else. And one of the things that he said to me is that sometimes when we have our moments of needing to be insular, which is part of this journey, even though we're in union, or we're in union, and it's but you have these moments kind of where it pulls apart again, and you kind of investigating your own energy, or learning and growing. And he said to me last week, he goes, sometimes I'm not sure if you miss me when this happens. It's like, I'm not sure that you actually miss me. And I said, of course I do, and it's like the expression wasn't there, right? And at times he feels a little bit wounded if the energy pulls apart, and it seems like I disconnect without reassurance, if I can say it that way. So it's like, this was brought right into our space, and going, I feel a little wounded when you pull this energy back. And like the solar eclipse and the retrograde had me all sorts of. I spent 3 days straight just crying, and not about twin flame stuff, but out here in Australia we have a day every year. It's called Anzac Day. This is about commemorating our Australian soldiers who fought in World War One, and there's so many Australian, they were boys and men, went to fight over in Europe, and they were, part of some really significant battles, and we were a young nation when that happened. And Anzac Day is pretty important to Australia. And some of my relatives died over on the Western Front, and my sister this year went over, and she was on the Western Front for Anzac Day, and did. See, I want to cry now just thinking about it. But my emotions were anywhere but really giving to feeling like I needed to prop anyone else up. I was just deep in my own process, and I just cried for 3 days straight about the thought of these young men who died at war. And here we were commemorating them, and I'm looking at my kids and just going, thank God they don't have to be involved in something like that. And I cried for 3 days straight. And he said to me, is like, at times I feel like when you get in that space, you don't miss me at all. And this was that energy. So all of that wraps around to go that, divine masculine could be feeling like I said in the first reading, like the window's open to tell them that we miss them and we love them. I miss you and I love you, and I'm feeling a little wounded right now. Again, look at this to us. Look at these matching energies. This is why I'm kind of feeling like this safety, right? In going, both of you are probably got different schools of thought playing out, but it's asking you to really, really lean in on your intuition about what to do next. And we were here and see, look, divine masculine, they've got 5 of wands. We had 5 of cups, right? So we're feeling like some degree of, the connections in between us, but it's not getting the right amount of attention, or one party or both parties is feeling sadness connected to it. And here, look, divine masculine's got this feeling of friction, or feeling of, tense energies, or frustrated energies, of feeling like there's, some kind of drama to play out. They're feeling a little battle weary and not really quite sure of what to do, or feeling like they've got counter expressions, a devil and an angel on either shoulder, and going, please divine, show me what to do next. I need to know what comes next in the story. And the next layer of energy, look at this, right? Wow, here's our 3 of Pentacles again, which is, we're talking about the divine masculine and feminine all working together on mission, right? And look at this, the transition of the divine working on the divine masculine. Here's the magician, turns lead into gold, and who comes out the other side but our emperor. Now, what's really interesting is, we've had, see this ram head here? Look at that Aries energy that's playing out there. And we've had this Mercury and Aries energy. So this isn't, not only am I picking it up as the divine masculine moving into the highest version of themselves, but communicating, right? The Aries energy is like needing to communicate or wanting to communicate. Look at this. The push against the universe is the push from the universe against the divine masculine is this feeling of wanting to celebrate or connect. Look, this can mean third party energies at times, but I'm leaning more on, I want to celebrate. I want to be more social. I want to have better times. Because you look at this energy that's underneath here, it's really quite a struggle energy, right? This is what's playing out. They've got their battles that they've been through, their struggles that they've had happening, and the push from the universe is going, we really just want you to feel good. We want you to enjoy being social. We want you to have celebrations. We want you to have good times. Now, look at what comes in here. Temperance. Look at this, as you've got a Hierophant and you've got Temperance. Wisdom and balance coming in for masculine, feminine energies. And I love this because we've had that 5 of Cups energy, and it's down here too, right? We've got here's this 2 of Cups here, and this divine being is balancing the energy between the 2 cups. Now, here, the cups are being ignored, right? But here, the divine masculine is going, no, 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 no. I really want to feel like I've got balance in the way that this energy is being exchanged in my relationships. I want to feel balanced. I don't want to feel burdened. I want to feel balanced. Now, look what comes into the soul space here. See it? See the scales? I want to feel balanced, right? The energy of the 6 of Pentacles is that feeling of giving, or see, look, he's handing out. I mean, it is. It's not a fortune that's being handed out, but it is giving, right? Giving to someone less fortunate, or giving to someone who's needing. It's not sitting on your high horse, and it's offering more of yourself, because this is in the soul space, right? So it's offering more of yourself in a very balanced way. Look at all that balanced energy coming through. That's fantastic to see. And it's been a long time coming. What's the challenge? The energy of the hermit. So this journey with the divine is not always easy to figure out, right? And what we've got down here is, look, this is what's being asked of us all, twin flames, is to get on track with the divine and complete twin flame mission. The relationship is great. It's fantastic. It's lovely. It's fun. It's all those things. But it's not enough just to have the cookie cutter relationship. You've got to have the relationship with the divine. And at times, you know, divine masculine has been on track, and then they get off track, and then they get on track. And it's, you know, I suppose feminine has too, for in different reasons in different ways. But currently for divine masculine, it's like going, my challenge is to come back to the path and move forward in a healthy, see this, because look how polar opposite that is, right? The hermit kind of locks themselves away because they're on a very deep emotional journey, and then the fool has learnt all those lessons and they're out, they're enjoying the fruits of their labor. You know, they're not worried about falling off the cliff, they're taking leaps of faith. Now here's the thing, the advice from spirit is the Five of Cups. So what we're talking about is being, you know, hyper cautious, and it's on both sides of the coin. It's like we've got it in there too, divine feminine, is this Five of Cups about not ignoring the physical, tangible things. Now, what did I say? The Venus in Taurus energy is really does value the tangible and the physical, and it brings all the senses alive, right? So spirit's being saying, be careful not to ignore the physical and the tangible. This is really how I'm picking this energy up. You know, if you want to stay stuck deep in broken emotions, um, it'll be, you know, you'll bury yourself in almost a depressive state. But what the likely scenario is to take that leap of faith. There's a sunny day on the way, and the fool, look at this, with a little loyal companion, and the sun is shining, and it's this bright yellow is a sense of strong self-esteem. You know, like the cliff is just not a problem. He's not even looking where he's going. He's safe. He's good. He's fine. So what we want, divine masculine, is you to be giving of your soul space. Bring forth this lovely balance that's being rained down upon you right now, and let's talk. Let's hear from divine masculine on how you're moving and growing into the best version of yourself. Let's get a little message from divine masculine from over to the divine feminine. Let's build a little bridge over what we've kind of already looked at, and see if we can add any more clarity. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. So we really want to see this giving of a soul energy emerge. Ah! Yeah, look at that. Straight up, Knight of Cups comes out. I really do feel for whoever this reading is for. You know, whoever... specifically, yeah, look, here comes the Ten of Pentacles. We've got Nine of Pentacles, the Star. We've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the... Okay. So Knight of Cups is the push from the universe. Like, the universe wants these unions online. Look at this. It wants partnership. It wants celebrating. Over here in the soul space was an offer to give of the soul. And here it says, I'm on my way. This is Knight of Cups is Mr. Valentine's Day. And remember I was saying before is we want these energies to move out of the things that aren't tangible. We want them to be really tangible. Like, I miss you, I love you. Like, they're really saying these things out loud. I miss you, I love you, I want you to be part of my world. I get the feeling that these conversations are getting more and more tangible for more and more of the collective, right? It's like, if there's a message from masculine to feminine, it is, my heart is on my sleeve, I miss you and I love you. Now, what we've got here is the star in reverse. So see this again. Look at the star, right? This is, it looks more like this card, doesn't it? Right? See the tipping of the jugs with the water. It's like, and it's kind of, they're fighting to feel like the divine is giving them everything that they need. It's like, my hope is small, but I'm on my way. My hope is small, but I'm on my way. Nine of Pentacles, right, in reverse. When we see it this way, we're looking at someone who's strong and independent. Yeah, it's a bit of a luxurious energy, but it's strong and independent. I'm going Nine of Pentacles. They're telling us I don't want to be strong and independent. I'm tired of being battle weary. I want to hear you say that you love me and that you miss me. My hope is small that it's true, but I missed Valentine's Day. You know, like I'm on my way. Here we've got the Ten of Pentacles, and they're saying is my challenge is I'm worried I'm not enough. I'm worried I can't give you everything that you need, right? And because of that, I'm going to be a little bit defensive. But look at this again. There's a feeling of wanting to be victorious. And if there's collateral damage along the way, I'll pay the collateral damage. If I have to, change the job that I'm in, if I have to end the relationship that I'm in, if I have to move to be with you, it's like I want to do those things. I miss you, I love you, and the things that need to fall over in favor of me coming towards you, I'm prepared to do, right? Look at this. There's this energy of the Seven of Wands that we have here. It can be a bit of a defensive energy, and it's kind of like, um, it's like I've only got a little bit of hope that I'm going to find you single and ready to receive me. I need to hear you say, I miss you and I love you. Um, and I need to, it's like they need to know that the victory is going to be theirs. If I'm going to lose these things, I need to know that victory is going to be mine. So it's a little bit of a challenge energy in going, for somebody, this is somebody's divine masculine charging forward, going, I'm ready to give this a go. If you're already in union, it could be your divine masculine, similar to Ricky, going, I need you to tell me that you miss me. That when you take your time to go on your little adventures that you do, I need to know that you miss me and that you're coming back and that you love me. If you're new to this journey and you are, you're not in contact with your twin at all, I would reflect this journey more into the space of going, somebody who would, ponder what they've lost. Perhaps they'd be sending a text message and then not send, like writing a text message and not sending it. The energy will manifest differently depending on where you are in the journey. So it's like I'm never going to do readings where I go, your twin is with another person and they're going to leave them for you. Like it's, what we're looking at is the energetic push, right? So the energetic push against the collective right now, and the divine masculine as a push to divine feminine, is going, sometimes my hope gets small that I'm going to find you willing to receive me. Sometimes I feel like I'm not enough. Sometimes I feel like I've got to let go of a lot of things. I've got to cancel a lot of things out in my life in order to be with you. And sometimes I feel defensive against the idea, and sometimes I just want to dig in and fight, but it leaves me all a little bit battle weary. So it's, but to me, I've got this big, someone's union is coming online there. This push, this open-hearted energy, its hope is small, but the heart is big. And unions are coming together all over the world, and twin flames are doing their thing. All right, let's have a look at Divine Love Oracle and see what we might have as a story there, just to round out this reading. Oh, temptation for divine feminine, lovebirds from the divine masculine, and soul surfer comes in for the connection. This is an interesting energy, isn't it? Divine feminine temptation. This has not really aligned with the rest of the reading. Oh yes, it does. Beg my pardon. There it is. Right now I understand why it's come out. When I first saw it come out, I'm like, temptation, what temptation? The temptation to chase this energy, right? Is like the temptation to get obsessed, the temptation to fall into that space where we're overzealous with our you know what chaser energy looks like, where you're stalking them all the time. You need to know every detail about where they're going and who they're with, and you know, versus I miss you and I love you, and I can hold that in a healthy space, and I can say that to you without the need to have a breakdown if you can't say that to me back. So what this energy comes to me is like that little bit of a warning that the universe, you know, what's in our soul space right now is this big desire for our masculine, for, you know, and like this is a tangible physical desire, like your senses get lit on fire kind of an energy, you know, you want them in the room, in the here and the now, and you know, your senses are alive, you know, 5D be buggered, I want you in the 3D. So what it can lead to if your unions are more sort of in the beginning separation phases, or, you know, even now, you know, like whether you're in union, the temptation can become overzealous with your desire for them, and we have to keep that in check if we're going to keep our relationships healthy and happy. I love this. I'm telling you, look at this, what comes in. Divine masculine is just feeling the love, and they want to hear it, they want to see it. So the big question around everybody right now is, how do we keep you know, you hear a message like this, right, and go, my twin flame needs to hear that I love him and I miss him, right, him or her, however it sits, wherever you're aligned. But if you are divine masculine, it's like they need to know that they're loved and they're missed. And divine feminines, oh, I can dish that up in space. I love you, I miss you. There's no drama about that, right? So now what Spirit is going is saying, I need you guys to do this by letting me lead. Soul surf, the energy of a soul surfer is someone who, where is our Two of Swords? It'll be in there somewhere. This is a soul surfer. If I can find one. We had one here. There you go. Ah, I end up with both of them. These are soul surfers. Look at them, right? The world tells you all of these different opinions, right? But what this energy does is it leans in on the inner guidance system, right? It says, divine, what are you telling me to do? Where are you taking me? What do you want me to know? Right? So the soul surfer leads with what's in the soul. And what we've got right now is like divine feminine's got the King of Wands, and the divine masculine has got the Six of Pentacles with a big focus on balance. Like it's just jumping out at me, this idea of balance. So if we're going to be true soul surfers, what we're going to do is we're going to go, divine, what do you want me to do with this energy? And they're warning divine feminine against temptation and obsession, and they're asking divine masculine to receive the fact that they're loved, that they are missed, and that there is plenty of hope in there for the connection. If they want to come forward and offer this heart on their sleeve energy, what they'll get in return, the message they'll hear is, I have missed you and I love you. So it's you know, let the divine lead us through this energy, and let's bring more of these twin flame connections online. All right, I'm going to wrap up the reading for now and say, in faith, hope and love, it's bye from me for now.